Hey YouTube, how are you doing today? Peter Gantner here. Great to have you on. Normally we have a scheduled AMA and we jump into answering questions. But what we've been doing over the last 2 days is doing some quick presentations, through the TruBadger project, because we've got a lot of exciting things going, which I'll cover here, where we know that things are getting ready to explode. And we're getting ready to bring in thousands, if not tens of thousands of TruBadger holders on there. So we wanted to get it out in front of as many people as possible to understand from us and get a clear picture of what TruBadger is. So I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen here. And we are going to jump over to close that stuff down. We're going to open this up right here. And we are going to jump right into TruBadger. So where do you go if you want to find out about TruBadger? You can go to TruBadger.io, and that is TruBadger.io. There is no E on it, so it's just the TRU. Make sure that you are able to find it. This is our website. One of the things that's interesting is, and when you come here, it's probably a little bit different than most of the sites that you go to, is that this is an original painting by a very good friend of ours, an up-and-coming artist. He'll actually be doing some of NFTs for us. And we asked him to paint us a picture for the story of what TruBadger stood for. And one of the goals of TruBadger is to help bring together a community of people to understand, learn about, figure out the best way to overcome the giant here. If you see, there's the giant there. That represents the blockchain. It represents cryptocurrency. The fact that there's over 10,000 different tokens out there, the fact that there's some good ones and bad ones, the fact that there's all kinds of different technologies and all kinds of different ways that the blockchain and cryptocurrency is going to change our life. Truman over here is not just one entity. It's actually all of us. It's our community. It's the token holders of TruBadger that it represents, and it's coming together in harnessing the power of collectiveness in order to not necessarily conquer but overcome the blockchain and extract as much value as possible as a community from the blockchain. So one of the things that I love about our website, guys, is that we have our contract right here, and you notice it's in gold, right? Because it's golden to own TruBadger tokens. So when you go out and you start saying, I want to research, I want to look up TruBadger, one thing you want to do is come here and copy this address, because it's going to make sure if you're going to purchase these on PancakeSwap, make sure you do it with the original address that you pop in there. You'll see a warning that'll pop up on when you go to PancakeSwap, because there are people who will create secondary contracts and try to get your money. So make sure that you have the primary one. You can go here and go to the live charts. Of course, you can go through the website. There's a ton of information on here, including 5 of our key team members. We're going to be adding more here soon, including we'll be adding some of our technical support. Mr. Abbas, our lead UI programmer now with the project. So we'll be adding them on as well as some of our other staff members that are on the board. But the most important thing probably on our website is the white paper, which I already have open. You can pop that open, and this gets into details of what type of token we are, what is it the goal that we're working towards. And the first thing we come across here is the fact that we are in the process of being a governance token, truly governing, guided project where the community has a say-so in the direction of the token. And the reason why it should be that way is ultimately the token holders are the owner of this project, right? They're the ones that are the ones that it exists for, and that's the reason who benefit from the results, the success that's created with this token. So in here, you'll see that we're on a path to about 6 months. We're about a month into that of getting our governance set up, setting up a legal the legal structure, and then also the software and the rules in which the governance will be done. Now, being that we recently had a issue come up where we needed to get feedback from the community, I believe we may be one of the first, or one of the few, let's put it that way, that have ever done anything like this. Matter of fact, I'll be looking for other companies, because I'd like to say, us, and maybe, if there's anyone else that has done this, but we've actually already taken a vote from our token holders on a major decision that we were going to make, because it was indifferent than what we initially said. So we put it out there, and this past weekend we had that vote where the token holders decided whether we were going to go on exchanges or simply stay on PancakeSwap. And the reason we did a vote on that, guys, is that it was a slight change in the tokenomics. The token, once it gets on the exchange, the reflection was not able to be paid out for those transactions, or they didn't receive reflection. And so we needed to go through the process of finding out if the token holders were okay with that. So we did that this past weekend. It was successful. And we'll talk about that a little bit further into it. So we are a deflationary reflection utility token. So let's talk about deflation first of all. So why do we start with 1 quadrillion tokens? It's because we're a hyper deflationary token. Eventually that will continue to decrease down to a much more manageable size and number in the process of it. So far, we've already burned 206 trillion tokens. We'll be burning another 100 billion plus tomorrow night on our burn party. A lot of the projects out there do what are called manual burns. They just simply have it burned every time a transaction takes place, just like where the reflection goes into the wallet. They just have it burned, and their burn calculator just goes up. We decided, because community is so important in the blockchain space, that we would do manual burns on a weekly basis and do what people love to do, which is have a party. So every Wednesday we do have a burn party. We have live music, contests, and just a great time going on. We actually pull up some of the token holders up on our panel, up on the Zoom, and they join in on the party. And we're working on, I don't know if we'll be able to get it done by this Wednesday or the following Wednesday, but we're working on something super for this next party that you'll love to be able to see. So that's what we do, is we burn the tokens. The second side of this is reflection. So we're a deflationary reflection token. These are all part of the utility of our token. So what is reflection? Reflection is a very simple concept. That is, if you hold any TruBadger tokens in your wallet, and it doesn't matter whether it's a Trust wallet, a MetaMask wallet, you receive a portion of every transaction. So it says, hey, there's a transaction, there's a 10% fee on that. 3% of the 10, so 3 percentage points of the 10, 30% of the 10 goes back out to token holders. So what happens is, not only do you have a deflating coin, which should raise the value of each existing coin, all of these are to help build value for token holders. The reflection would mean you would have more tokens. So if you have tokens in your wallet, let's say you have 1 billion tokens, and over the next 6 months, 100 billion in reflection was paid out, maybe you end up with 1 billion, 10 million tokens. So now you have more tokens, there's less tokens in the marketplace, and that helps build value for it. The next side of it that is there is the LP. Normally on tokens, it's token holders, especially on like a PancakeSwap or a Uniswap. The liquidity is provided by token holders. So let's say I'm a token holder, I would put up liquidity. I'm a liquidity provider for PooCoin. Okay, so I've provided some PooCoins, and I've provided BNB, and then I deposit those and convert those into cake on PancakeSwap, and then every time there's a transaction, I get a piece of that transaction. So with our project, our token holders are the liquidity providers. So every transaction that takes place, 4% goes into that LP to build a stronger and stronger floor. Because the problem is the other way around is, let's say I decide, I don't want to have my LP on Pancake or on PooCoin anymore. I, Peter Gantner, can decide to pull that and take it away. With TruBadger, there's nobody that's going to pull that LP. It is permanently used for LP to provide that value to it. So there's BNB there that's permanently put on it, and there are TruBadger tokens that are put on that. So that's the LP. And then that brings us to the final 2%, right? So we have 3 for a reflection, 4 for LP, and we have a 1% burn. The last 2% I think is the most important in the equation for us to drive real value behind the TruBadger token. This is our innovation and marketing. So first of all, how do you get a token known? You have to market. That all costs money in order to be able to do that. And so we take a portion of the fee and we use that to then drive and promote the token. So we just recently spent, $10,000, right, on marketing and promotion and getting people on board with the TruBadger token. The other is the innovation fund. That is where we develop incredible projects like Catapult Swap, like CNP, like some of the other projects that we're working on. We're actually right now working on 4 projects. I can mention 2 of them, which is Catapult Swap and CNP. This is the funds to develop those and create those will come out of the innovation fund. Now, what does TruBadger get for that? Well, they'll spin off as their own DAOs, as their own projects with their own governance and setup. But what they will end up doing is paying a portion of their revenue back to the TruBadger project, as well as when they launch their native token, so the Catapult Swap token, the CNP token, they will give a percentage of those tokens to the TruBadger organization, and then a good portion of those, and eventually the community will decide what that percentage is, will be redistributed back out in what's called an airdrop to TruBadger holders. So you may, let's say over the next 5 years, end up with your TruBadger tokens, but also maybe another dozen or 2 dozen or 3 dozen other tokens in your wallet that you could then sell, hold on to, stake, do all kinds of things with those tokens. So that is our project, guys. We do have an anti-whale in there where it limits the size of each individual transaction, whether it's a buy, a sell, or any of those other things in there. You can jump down here and look at our white paper and go through all those details. Now, you must, this token, every token, do your own due diligence, do your own research to decide if you want to get involved in any project out there. Great place to do that is CoinGecko. So CoinGecko is a site that lists about 8,500 tokens. You can go in and put in TruBadger, TruBadger, or the symbol TRUBGR, and it's going to pull up and it's going to give you details. This is another place where you can come and get the authentic contract address for the TruBadger project to make sure that you're on the right project. Also, we have our social media. Another place for our social media is if you come back to the website, you can look to the right-hand side, guys, all of our social media links right here. One of the biggest scams out there, guys, that people will get you on is they will create fake groups that you then think are the original ones. You join, and then they will try to get information out of you. I only get contract addresses from the original site, and I only get social media from the original site. I'm going to show you the 3 places where you can get that information. One is the original site. The other one is on a CoinGecko site, right? The third would be if you come out to BS Scan and pull up TruBadger by the contract address, and then you can see the site right here, and you can see all the social media here as well. You want to make sure that you're being very particular on where you get your information from and where you go from there. So you can see there's 3,200 people that are following. They have come in and liked the project. This is kind of like if you want to follow along, right? If you want the alerts and the different information on it, right there. You can see the 24-hour performance, 7-day, 14-day, and 30-day performance on the charts. Of course, we are just under 30 days old. 29 days. So you only see here the 14-day info, the 7-day, the 24, and the 1 hour info. One of the things that we're extremely proud about, we're going to pop over here to PooCoin, and we are going to look at the charts for TruBadger. We're going to go here to the 1 month chart. Dun, dun, dun. And we're going to back off a little bit here, guys. And we can show you here, this is our first day of launch. Of course, through our marketing, through our community building, which I'll explain why that's important. We were able to build on our first day a $14 million market cap. It came down to 12, but you can see ever since then, it has been on the rise to continue to go up. And we've got a little bit flattened period here right before the rocket ship takes us to Mars. So you can also go on here on PooCoin and you can look at the number of holders. Of course, we already have it up. So we have 2903. Our number of holder addresses continue to go up. I'm going to scroll down here and show you that on our holders, I'll show you real quick. Let's pull up. This first address right here is our burn address. This is LP tokens that are owned by the token holders. This is their LP that's locked right now on PancakeSwap in this wallet right here. This is another LP wallet that is held for the token holders. And the reason why we have these guys is because we're looking at doing a wrapped Ethereum token. We're also looking at possibly going to some other chains, as well as creating an LP pool that's based on BUSD for greater stability. This fifth wallet right here is our contest wallet, which is for us to run contests. We've already run quite a few. There are some tokens here that are going to be donated to charity, because every time we run a contest, if we give away $100 to someone, then we ask them what type of charity would they like to vote for that to be donated, and we donate a matching $100 in tokens to that charity for them. So we've already got several $100s that are going to charities. Number 6 wallet is my wallet right there. So those are my tokens right there. And all the wallets after that belong to token holders throughout there. But you can see that there's no major single holding token holders, as all of these belong to the LP or to the token holders. All these top 5 wallets all belong to the token holders. There's really very few people with more than 1% of the tokens as a hold. And that is a good thing, because it keeps people from being able to sell large amounts at one time and pulling the rug on the token holders. All right, so let's go into our Twitter account, but actually we're on CoinTigers. The reason why we're here is when we voted to go on an exchange, the vote was yes. And so we have been approved and set up to go on CoinTiger. So this is a contest that they're running in order to get people engaged and going, as well as just below that is the announcement that we are going on CoinTiger. Why is this significant? They're a major exchange out of the Orient. And if you go up top, you can see they have over 71,000 people following them on their followers on their Twitter, and they're doing marketing for us. They are doing for WeChat. They are marketing to KOLs, which is an influencer on WeChat, to hundreds of thousands of crypto token holders, as well as are sending out press releases through a major media outlets in the crypto space. So all of this is happening over the next few days, including tomorrow night at 11 a.m. my time. We have an AMA that will be held on their site for them to be able to, for their audience to be able to see what we're doing and learn about the project. So a lot of great things going. They're spending a lot of time on marketing. This is one of the exchanges. The following week, we've already been approved to go on Indo EX. So it's Indo EX exchange, another major exchange out in Asia that we're excited to be on. They will be doing the same type of things, exposing it to their audience, as well as doing marketing and press releases and the whole 9, right? Getting it out there and becoming part of it. What has been the result of this is a major influx into our Telegram. So when we started doing this, we had a little over 5,000 people on our Telegram. These notices just went out. Today we have 5672. So we're excited that our Telegram is growing. People are getting engaged in the project, and we believe this will end up bringing on thousands of token holders over the next few weeks. We've also been told that we're close to being listed on CoinMarketCap. That should be happening anytime now here in the near future. We're hoping tomorrow, but it may be, you know, who knows? That's something that's not in our control. That is in the control of the people who run CoinMarketCap. Let's see, Cory, anything I've forgotten, buddy, that we need to cover? Do I have Cory with me? I'm going to stop sharing.
No, Peter,
and
you got it every time, man.
All right, perfect. So what we'll do right now, guys, is we'll open it up for some questions. So if you're on the Zoom, you can post the questions in the Q&A. And if you're on YouTube, you can just post those there, and we'll get those over in the chat on our side. So if there are any questions we can answer, I'd love to answer them. If not, then I guess we will say goodnight. But let's see if
there's one question in the chat, in the Zoom chat.
Yep.
Scrolling back. If this construction of burning and reflection is approved by the Fed, then this construction is a nice, innovative product. Can you reflect through this remark?
Yeah, so right now, I don't think there's been any ruling on the burning side of things from the Fed at this point. I haven't been able to find anything positive or negative. We do have our attorneys working on things. One of the things that we've set up with TruBadger is a lot of these projects are basically, how can you say it? It's going to pop my head in a second. They are renouncing their ownership of the project, and they're locking the contract. We haven't done that with TruBadger because TruBadger is held in by the token holders. That's ultimately who gets to decide. So we have it where that tax, that burn feature, can be taken off if necessary in order for us to go if it's found in that. Being that this is the token space, there's a lot of innovation and a lot of things that are going on. We do know that the majority of projects out there do have some type of burn feature that is in place right now, or at least a good portion of them. So if that was ever to change in some way, or any type of new regulations or rules come up, as there is going to be more in this area, we have set ourselves up to be able to adjust and act accordingly. Our goal is to operate within the laws that we need to operate in order to build value for TruBadger holders. I think we got one in the Q&A. Let's see what that one is. It's Lisa, it's CNP, and that stands for Community NFT Project. It is our version of NFTs. One of the goals is to make NFTs affordable. The second side is to bring quality NFTs. So there'll be two parts to it. One is affordable NFTs that give you the opportunity to possibly end up with more rare ones through a blind box type of a situation, whereas in the other ones will be higher end NFTs that'll be launched by major artists and entertainers, and of course, in a collectible side of things. So that is our Community NFT Project is what it stands for. CNP is the shortened down version of it. So Stephen is saying that Donna Smith is asking, will Catapult Swap have its own token? As you can see, right, Bakery has its own token. And it's actually necessary for an exchange to have a token, right? And eventually have that become one of the one of the primary ways that things are done or traded, staked, all kinds of different things in it. So yes, definitely Catapult Swap will end up with its own token. All right. Well, guys, do we have any more questions? Oh, another one popped up in the Q&A maybe. How was CoinTiger chosen? We were looking for an exchange in Asia. Most of them are extremely expensive to get onto. So we looked for the highest quality, best exchange that we can. Of course, you have to be approved to go on it. They have to, look at your project and know that it's a project that's going to bring value to their token holders. So when we looked over the different exchanges that were out there, this was one that was in Asia. That was the what it would take to get on the exchange was within the budget of what we were willing to spend and be a part of, as well as it has the numbers of people that were necessary in order for us to grow the exposure on the brand. Same thing with IndoX, right? Very good exchanges, not the biggest, because going on some of these bigger exchanges can be astronomical in order to make that happen. And it's not necessarily a payment, guys, to get on the exchanges as much as it is the amount of marketing, the amount of promotion. In order for you to go on the exchanges, they want you to do marketing, promotion. They want you to help drive within their sphere of people. They want you to spend resources, money, so they can hold contests and marketing and get the word out there. And so that's a big part of getting on the exchanges. So to go on exchanges like, Binance or some of those other ones, it can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to do that marketing and that promotion in order to drive and get your token out there. All right, guys. Well, if that's all the questions that we have, I want to thank you for joining us tonight and appreciate you coming on. And yeah, we're excited to be here, excited about what's going on with TruBadger. And let's pray that tomorrow we wake up and we are on CoinMarketCap, or maybe the next day. But we do know Thursday, CoinTiger. We've had a great time, actually, guys, working with them. They've been really great to work with, the CoinTiger people. And one of the key things that she had said to me when I was responding back to something, that they are very grateful to be working with such a professional team of people. One of the problems in this space is there's a lot of people who go, I'm going to start a token. They know how to write Solidity. They can, no problem with writing a smart contract. So now they're in business and they have it. That is one of the big differences here with TruBadger. It is that we understand and know how to build, run businesses and know how to manage them, know how to build teams of people that can get the job done and make it happen. And that's evident in a lot of things that we've done, as well as, the responses that we're getting back from people that are working with the team that is with TruBadger. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you on tomorrow. We have several presentations. You can jump over into our Telegram and you can click on that. I believe we have 3 tomorrow, 3 different presentations going on Wednesday. And I believe we have 2 or 3 on Thursday. So we're going to keep doing these for the next few days in order to get the word out. So if you have somebody who's going, I want to learn more about TruBadger, find out one of those times, get them to come on board, and they can get to see it. I know either tomorrow morning or Thursday morning, we have one at like 7 a.m. Eastern time. So that would probably be good for some of the overseas people, because these are probably pretty late for that. We do have some during the daytime as well, though. So thank you for joining us. Have